we move into public comment now? Is that okay?
Oh, yeah, okay, well, then I got 3 things I want to say then if we're in public comment. The first thing I want to say that I want to address the board with is about the House bill.
Name.
Debbie Craig, 43 Foster Street, Harrisville. There's not much more I can say that wasn't already said, and I think Terry Lacey hit the nail right on the head with what she said.
I think so too.
But there is something I want to remind this council of. The night at the middle school, I remember that night very well. In fact, it was on the agenda that Mr. Wood wanted to have in an executive session. And that scared the crap out of all of us. Because we thought that he was going to go in there and you guys were going to do a tax agreement before the bill even passed or did anything. And we were all scared to death. And I stood there in front of each and every one of you and told you how I mistrusted you. I didn't like what was going on with my town government. And you all told me, you will earn my trust back. You will earn all of our trust back. And that very night, you go into an executive session and come up with this letter. Shame on you, because you are not earning our trust back. Not at the very least. Now, as Kathy Sherman said, you could have handled that a lot better. You could have had an open meeting. We wouldn't have liked it. We would have stood here and argued with you over it, but you still would have got the job done, as she said. But at least you would have had our respect and our trust for coming out and telling us about it ahead of time, instead of finding out at a Senate committee hearing. That was wrong. Okay, I'm done with that. Now, as far as other issues I have never stood before this council and singled anyone out. And I'm not going to do that tonight, but I certainly hope that the individuals that I'm speaking about understand that I'm speaking to you. There has been a video and some nasty comments being posted on social media. I don't think it's fair. And as far as I'm concerned, it is not relevant, and I do not care if Cale Keeble brought Invenergy to this town. I don't care. All right? I have no one in this room, no one, woke up one morning and said, I don't want a power plant in my town. We have educated ourselves, we have learned the facts, and we came to a decision. I spent myself countless hours on the computer just reading about Invenergy and what a nasty neighbor they are.
Right.
So if this is true that Mr. Keeble did this, so be it. But I give him credit for turning around and saying, hey, I learned about what Invenergy wants to do. I educated myself. And I listened to my constituents. And we actually had the nerve to stand up and fight for us, unlike anyone else. He came out against the power plant, and Senator Fogarty, and they're the only two that stood up to fight with us. And I commend them for that. And I applaud them for that. Whether they had to change their mind to do it, or they were against it from the beginning is irrelevant. And I just feel that this stuff on social media, and this bashing, and this blaming has got to stop. It is unprofessional, and it is unbecoming of people in your position. And the last issue I want to bring up is that I recently requested and received the contract for the PR person, Diana Kelch. when I received that contract, I noticed that it was signed by Mr. Wood, and between him and DK Communications. Our first question I have about this is it within his authority to go ahead and hire someone like that? Or was this an open meeting discussed and voted on by the town council? Or was it something that was done in an executive session?
It was on the agenda and the council voted on it.
Okay, so I missed that meeting. All right. How long is this going to continue? Because I will tell you, I have serious concerns. I don't know what she's doing behind the scenes. I can only go by, and believe me, I mean no disrespect to Diana Kelch whatsoever. This is not against her. It's about taxpayers' dollars that my concern is. I'm sorry, but we are paying this woman $200 an hour. And for her, all I see is that she sits in the back of the room and takes notes. Now, I don't know if she's here tonight, but if she is, this is a 4-hour meeting. There's $800 of our taxpayers' money. I have a concern about this. And I would like to know for how long you plan on continuing this. And I don't know, maybe I should put it on an agenda that we can discuss this, because this is our money that's being paid, and I don't see any results. She's been here since February. Now, granted, like I said, I don't know exactly what she's supposed to be doing, but public relations, town council, public, no relations there. So again, I have a major concern about paying out that kind of money.
You're becoming a lot better at talking.
Thank you, John. I've been getting way too much practice.
I'm not sure at DK. I think he had a 6-month contract.
Okay.
I think, I'd have to look it up to be sure, but I think it was 6 months.
What did she do?
Okay. All right, that's all I have to say for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Craig.